Well, hello, everybody. It's Dr. Hank, and welcome to the Dr. Hank Show. And oh my gosh, you are going to absolutely love what we're going to talk about today. And with my guest, international speaker, a business coach, a man with a lot of heart, actually a dear friend of mine that has a book. He's an author, best-selling author. He's just amazing. And please welcome KC Ejindu. And KC, how are you, man?
Hello, Dr. Hank. Thanks again for having me on the Dr. Hank Show. I'm very grateful to be here.
Hey, well, we thank you. And man, you just have really a story. And I think what I'd like to do is, your book that you have, if you could show us your book and what the name of it, and it is ME's.
M.E. It's money and experience.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I can fit it in the camera. It's
Yeah.
money and experience, how I made it from zero.
Yeah, and so I just love that how I made it from zero, and I've actually read your book and loved it. But I would love if you could share with us in your words on how do you make it from you were at zero. Tell us about zero, and then how you make it from there.
Absolutely. So the beauty about this is, I came to the United States when I was 17 years old, and prior to that, I had lived in Nigeria. Went through some very traumatic times in Nigeria, and I was fortunate that when I came to the United States, I saw so much opportunity and love and opportunity for growth. And I didn't capitalize on a lot of those things till around 2019. And in
Mhm.
2019, I took a big step. In allowing myself to experience a different side of wealth. Now, that process wasn't something that was immediate. What
Yeah.
actually had to happen was I faced some tragedy. I lost my mother. When
Mhm.
my mother had passed away, it gave me that understanding that life is very short,
Yeah.
right? That our time here is very temporary. So I understood that there was a calling that I had to do. And that calling involved me understanding how to be able to reach people at a much deeper level.
Mhm.
So my process of making it from zero, if my book goes into a little more detail on that, I was at negative $224.14 at some point. So
So you were
it was,
less than
I
zero.
was
So
much less than zero. I was very,
oh my
if you
God.
will. But I got very blessed and I got very fortunate that I had the ability to meet somebody who I helped. I go into a lot more detail in a real estate program that I'm offering. But
Oh,
part of that process was, that I explained is when I met this gentleman, he was, in his late 80s. He had he had a reverse mortgage, and his entire life he had never had $10,000. So I had the empathy for him because he had four kids, four boys, and he
mm,
had lost three of his four boys within a span of 2 years.
wow.
And he only had one living son left, and he had a heart condition. So I had learned some things about wholesaling real estate. I was very fortunate to work with him directly,
Mhm.
and I was able to accomplish the goal of giving him the $10,000 that he dreamed to always have. And
Wow.
then in the same process of wholesaling that deal, I made $30,000 in my very first wholesale deal.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
he was so happy with the process. He was so happy with what I did for him. He
Yeah.
referred me to his son's best friend, whose parents had just passed away.
Mm,
So we had that in common. And
yeah.
I was able to help his son's best friend make almost $200,000, and I made $40,000 in that wholesale deal. So I went from a negative $224
Wow.
in a span of 6 weeks to over $75,000 in income that I had that I was able to invest in so many other deals. And of course, over time now, I'm seeing a lot more returns from that.
Oh my gosh. I just love that. That's great. I wanted to ask that if you would take a look at it. So you're from Nigeria. I assume you're pretty much in poverty. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. So I actually I have a YouTube channel, and I talk a little bit more about this experiences that I had. When I was a kid, I saw a family member of mine, my grandma's younger brother. They had seven people in their family, the mom, the dad, and five kids. And
Yeah.
I got to see this firsthand. This wasn't something that was, you know, shown to me on television. I got to see a family of seven live in a bedroom that is much smaller than even my own personal bedroom, right? And at my worst, I couldn't imagine people living that lifestyle. So it was so tough that when they would have rain in the household, these folks would stand and have, the bags of all their worldly possessions on their head. The same room that they slept in was where they cooked their food, was where
Oh,
they did everything. So it was just one bedroom for a family of seven. When they would sleep head to foot with the parents sleeping at the end. So it was a very
yeah.
tough life to see. They had to use the bathroom outside in the hole on the floor.
Wow.
So, seeing that experience and now being here in the United States and being on the other side, I
Yeah.
have the empathy that, we can actually be able to do a lot more for people around the world.
Yeah. Wow. I just love that. And so tell me, out of all those experiences that in your whole life, looking at your life up to this point, that what's probably the thing that really helped you the most, or what comes to mind that really makes your heart sing? Maybe that was really helpful for you. What comes to mind?
Well, outside of you, Dr. Hank, I've been very fortunate to work with you. You've helped me understand a lot about life that I didn't really see.
Hmm.
But what makes me sing the most is seeing somebody come from nothing and make it. All right. And I'm not, when I say make it, everyone has a different perspective as to what
Yeah.
that looks like. For
Mhm.
some people, even just being able to have a roof over their head is
Yeah.
making it. For some
Right.
people, knowing that they're guaranteed their next meal is making it. And that to me is where I get the most joy.
Yeah.
I'm blessed in my life that I have, abundance. So I'm not in a position where it's about self-serving mindset. It's more about what others are going to experience. And I feel like, to me, I get so much joy watching people get the best out of life and live the best life that they can live.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. And so I know there's three things. There's your book that you have.
Mhm.
There is also your real estate program, and I'm very connected with real estate. And we have a lot of real estate professionals watching this, listening to this. Could you tell us a little about your this wholesaling program?
Sure, sure. The Soul Selling program is a 15-part, chapter program that I've put together. It helps real estate individuals, and this could be for agents who are trying to go into the investing side of things. It could
Hmm.
be for a person who's never done a real estate transaction before, or
Yeah.
for somebody who knows real estate, has done some real estate deals, but just wants to hone their knowledge on real estate. And what
Mm.
I've done is I've put together a very solid program that explains everything from the beginning of the process all the way to mistakes that I made and
Uh,
monies that I kind of, if you will say, lost or used as a learning experience for
yeah.
every type of deal that is out there.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's kind of like money that really helped me to make more money, even though you lost it. It was that experience and to
Absolutely.
understand what you didn't want, and that helps you to build that energy for what you do want. And besides the kind of the tactical aspects of wholesaling and how to do that, so basically A through Z on the tactics, is there something else that you provide? I just feel like there's something more in there. Like, does it help me as an individual then, your program too?
Absolutely. So part of my program that I'm including in my program is, contracts, different types of contracts. But more than anything, what you would also get in my program is one-on-one coaching. So
Ah,
I wanted to make it very affordable, where you c- you can go through a process. You don't have to worry about spending too much capital at first, but you also do get my time and my experience, because I would like to watch you make that first success, and I
yeah.
would like for you to do the same thing that I'm doing, which is passing that information along, passing that knowledge along, and helping somebody else to get
Yeah.
success just like you did.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So that third component, then, the book, that you have the program, and then you have your coaching. Do you have separate coaching, or is it coaching with that program?
And at this point, I'm actually including it with the program because I feel
Oh,
like I want people to get the best of it, right? So not only
yeah,
would you be able to get the theoretical knowledge of just hearing how I do it and the
yeah,
process of what I did and kind of seeing it, firsthand. I
yeah,
also want to be able to see you get your first deal because again, when you get your first deal, I see there is a lot of encouragement that
yeah.
when you see the process work, and I would love to be a part of that success with you.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And like as you shared with us, not only were you were able to get help by a mentor, and then you helped actually his family in order to help them and make $200,000, whatever. And I know you have deals all over the country, Las Vegas and New York, and so you're really out there and to be able to dedicate your time. And so, how would we get a hold of you in order to be able to take advantage of that wholesaler program and to make? I don't know. What do you think? What would the average? What typically could you make with your program? Would you say?
So right now, I believe you could make a minimum of $10,000 in your first wholesale deal.
Okay.
In my case, I was very fortunate. I made 30,000 of mine, and I made 40,000 just from a referral. So
Wow.
those results are not atypical, of course, but
Yeah.
it's very, very normal for a person to make at least $10,000 in your first wholesale deal. So what
Wow.
I've done right now is I'm putting this program together. It's going to be available on my website, how
Okay.
I made it from zero.com. It's also
Okay.
going to be available on, certain course websites that I will be able to share with you guys as kind of we go through the journey. And then
Okay.
more than anything, I can always be reached. I have my contact information on this program, so you can reach me directly through that. It's
Okay.
actually called create luxury living academy at gmail.com. So feel free to reach out to me if you have
Okay.
questions
Say
about
that
that.
again so you can write that
Sure,
down.
it's actually create luxury living academy.com.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Create luxury living
Dot
academy.com.
com.
And then
Sorry, at
also
gmail.com. I
at
apologize. At
gmail.com. Yeah, at
gmail.com. Yes.
gmail.com. And then I love how I made it. How I made it from zero. Is that
Yes.
it?
The website is www.howimadeit.from0.com.
I love that from zero.com. And really now we know the truth that it's less than zero.
Absolutely. I couldn't put how I made it from negative 224. So.
Well, that's fantastic. So, this is a great way for all of us to take advantage of another opportunity in real estate to grow your business and your wealth. Even if you're not in real estate, this is applicable that KC can help you. And KC, can I ask you, what's the investment in order to take that program?
The program is, very reasonably priced. I only have it at $299, so $299
Awesome.
per
And
person.
okay. And
And
do you guarantee that I'll have a deal then?
absolutely. So in this case, we're doing is we're doing a 60-day money back guarantee. Now, of course, I expect that, there's work on your side as well. So
Yeah.
whoever is taking on this program, we expect you to put in the work. But
Yeah.
again, I believe strongly that when you go through the program and you actually utilize the steps that are in the program, you would see results. You should
Yeah.
see results of at least $10,000 in your first deal. And I would
Sounds like
love
a
to work with you through that process.
Yeah, that's great. Sounds like a good return on investment to me.
Most definitely.
$299 and get $10,000. So, well,
Absolutely.
that sounds great. And so do you want to, like, with all your experience, as we're just about out of time here, but any other thing that you'd like to share with us or anything to inspire, uplift us that you think would be helpful?
Absolutely. So I did something which Dr. Hank actually helped me with, which was the Easy Money, Easy Life program
Oh,
that
yeah.
he has. And
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to go through that program. He has a great book on that. I got to read the book. The meditations, wow,
Yeah.
extremely, extremely life altering, life changing.
Yeah.
And after I had that experience, I would say that what it did for me, which I believe it can do the same for you, is it helped me understand the mindset of wealth, right? So if you want to be wealthy, it starts with the mindset.
Yeah.
It's the same way where a doctor who wants to be a doctor has to go to medical school. A
Mm,
lawyer has to go to law school. And the reason why they go to these specific professional schools is not that they can't stay in, they can't have a class that teaches you, anatomy and physiology, or a class that talks about contracts while you're in college. Is because
right.
you have to learn how to build that mindset and be
Mm.
able to now apply that mindset in your profession. And it's the same with wealth. Wealth is a profession. Wealth involves you having the mindset of wealth in order for you to be able to attain that wealth.
Awesomely said, and thank you very much again. What that is easy money, easy life, and you can get it at drhanksites.com/easy money easy life. And we love easy money, easy life.
Yes,
And
sir.
KC, you're part of that equation. And for us to have easy money and an easy life, that connect with KC, see on how wholesaling is a whole nother area, coach with him, that know that he can help you, because he's the guy that went from zero to being independently wealthy. And so, Casey, we thank you so much for being on the show. And you're just amazing. And again, how I made it from zero.com is the way to get that information, take advantage of this amazing program.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hank. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm very, very honored.
Okay, you bet, Casey. Thank you. You're amazing. And for all of you out there, know that this is your time to be, do, and have everything that you want. And you can do it. And with the proper mindset and with the proper mentors like Casey and I, who are here to help you become your greatest possibility. Love you all. Bye bye.